Tonight on Pale Playback, we're looking at some really creepy, scary ghost videos today. But first, I want to thank the new subscribers and the comments on screen. Feel free to join them and leave a comment if you want to show up in the next one. With that said, let's get into it. In this first piece of footage, a man finds himself in a room where the laws of electricity seem to be under a strange kind of siege. He captures a series of erratic power surges affecting both his bedroom light and his television, documenting the growing tension as the darkness becomes more aggressive. The atmosphere in the room shifts from simple annoyance to a palpable sense of dread. Watch closely.
Vean cómo empezó a ser el foco de mi recámara. Prende y se apaga. No sé qué pasó. Estoy viendo la tele y de repente no sé qué pasó, se apagó la luz. Otra vez apagó la luz. Voy a buscar la linterna. Se apagó la tele. Aquí está la linterna. ¿Qué está pasando? No mames, no mames. ¿Qué es eso? Por Dios, ¿qué es eso? Se apagó. Mi celular. Mi celular. Mi celular. No traigo mi celular. Está prendido. Está prendido ya. Está prendido ahí abajo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Se prendió la luz. Se está apagando la luz. Se está prendiendo la luz.
Some viewers believe this is a genuine haunting because of the dark, humanoid shape that appears in the doorway when the flashlight passes over it. They argue the figure's sudden disappearance into the shadows is consistent with paranormal activity. Others argue this is a staged encounter, suggesting the shadow figure is simply an accomplice wearing dark clothing. Skeptics also point out that the flickering lights could be explained by a faulty dimmer switch or loose wiring, which often mimics poltergeist-like behavior. Whether a clever fabrication or a real encounter, it's undeniably chilling. Tell me what you think of this entity in the comments.
No mames, mames.
In this next video, our investigation takes us to a home where the basement door becomes the center of an impossible mechanical failure. The uploader, Steve, is drawn to the hallway by strange noises only to witness the door handle turning and the door swinging open of its own accord. The terror in his voice is unmistakable as he realizes he isn't alone. Watch closely.
Hello? Hello? Keep hearing weird noises in the basement, Steve, so I just want to... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No way, no way, oh my god, oh my god. See, bro, there's nothing on this door. Hello? Hello? Oh, shit. There's gotta be something.
Some viewers believe this represents a high-energy haunting because of the forceful way the basement door slams repeatedly. They point to the fact that Steve shows the door handle from both sides to prove no strings were attached. Others argue that the entire sequence could be achieved with hidden monofilament lines or an accomplice hiding in the shower stall. Skeptics also point out that the erratic camera movement often serves to hide the mechanics of a practical effect. Despite the skepticism, the sheer violence of the door slamming makes for a terrifying sequence. I want to hear your theories on Steve's basement in the comments.
No way, no way! Oh my god, oh my god!
Moving forward, this entry captures a domestic setting that is shattered by aggressive, unseen intruders. What starts as a quiet evening in the kitchen quickly descends into chaos as heavy, rhythmic thuds echo from the basement stairs. The sheer speed and volume of the sound suggests something massive is trying to force its way into the living quarters. Watch closely.
Hello? Oh my god!
Some viewers believe this is an example of an intelligent haunting because the banging seems to respond to the resident's presence. The speed of the footsteps suggests a non-human entity or an incredibly athletic intruder. Others argue that the sound is actually someone off-camera banging a heavy object against the stairs to create an echo effect. Skeptics also point out that the person standing in the background appears remarkably calm for such a violent disturbance. The ambiguity of the source only adds to the unsettling nature of the audio. Do you think there was someone actually under those stairs? Let me know.
Oh my god!
In this next clip, a man records a series of rhythmic disturbances coming from his stairwell. After checking every room and finding the house empty, he decides to confront the source of the noise. What follows is a terrifying audio-visual experience where the invisible becomes audible with terrifying speed. Watch closely.
Up and down the stairs. I've checked all the rooms. There is nobody in. It's been doing it for about 10 minutes. There it is again. Okay. Let's see. Get the camera this time. Nothing there though. Shit. I'm gonna go have a look. Hello? Mike? Charlie?
Some viewers believe this is definitive proof of a residual haunting because the footsteps occur in the same pattern repeatedly. They argue the sound of something charging up the stairs is too visceral to be faked easily. Others argue that the person filming is simply working with a partner who is running just out of the camera's line of sight. Skeptics also point out that the bathroom search is conducted in a way that avoids certain angles where someone could be hiding. Regardless of the logistics, the sound of those approaching steps is enough to trigger a fight or flight response. What would you do in this situation? Share your thoughts below. Continuing our list, we follow a dog walker and their loyal companion, Bruce. The atmosphere is thick with that heavy silence only found in the deep woods. While the primary focus is on the trail ahead, the dense foliage on the periphery hides secrets that aren't immediately apparent to the human eye. Watch closely.
Come on, Bruce. What's up? Come on. Come on. Oi. Come on. Bruce. Come on.
The close-up reveals a face that is disturbingly humanoid, yet lacking any defining features. Some viewers believe this is a forest spirit or hide behind because of its stillness and the way it blends into the background. Others argue it is a highly elaborate mannequin planted to scare hikers. Skeptics also point out that the high contrast of the flashlight could be washing out a person in a white hoodie. What do you see in those woods? Share your theories in the comments below. For the 6th video in our collection, this evidence comes from an uploader who claims their home has become the site of a persistent, unwanted presence. The house is a labyrinth of yellow walls and red carpets, a setting that feels like a physical manifestation of a fever dream. The silence in the footage is only broken by the heavy breathing of the cameraman as they search for the intruder. Watch closely. The entity in the closet has sparked intense debate. Some viewers believe this is a genuine cryptid or extraterrestrial because of the inhuman proportions of the head and eyes. Others argue it is a mask or a professional-grade prop used for a viral horror series. Skeptics also point out that the frame rate of the video is quite low, which could help hide any seams in a costume. It is a nightmare captured on film. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments. We are now halfway through tonight's collection of the unexplained. From entities lurking in closets to phantom footsteps on the stairs, the evidence is mounting. If these accounts are keeping you on edge, make sure to subscribe to Pale Playback and join our community of investigators. We dive deep into the digital abyss every week. Take a breath, because the second half of our compilation contains encounters that are even more direct. Stay tuned. Next on our list, a security feed captured in Indonesia shows a group of witnesses reacting to something they've spotted on their monitor. The time is late, and the building should be empty. What they find lurking in the reflection of the glass doors is a classic figure of local folklore, manifesting in a way that feels dangerously real. Watch closely.
Apakah ada yang aneh?
Takjub ya.
Ya. Ding 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 ding.
Sigma boy.
Sigma boy. Iya. Jam 23.41.
Kalau fotonya kayak Messi ya.
Medeni cah. Iso nyuwata ya raimu.
The figure seen wrapped in white cloth is known as a pocong. Some viewers believe this is an authentic spiritual manifestation because of the way the figure appears partially transparent against the glass. Others argue it is a person in a sheet standing in the darkness outside. Skeptics also point out that the recording of a monitor screen often creates digital artifacts that can look like anomalies. Is it a trapped soul or a practical joke? Tell us what you think in the comments. In this next submission, a homeowner records a recurring anomaly in their bathroom doorway. The footage is raw, handheld, and captures a sense of genuine panic as the creator realizes they aren't alone. Even the family cat becomes a witness, reacting to something the camera can barely grasp. Watch closely.
Oh my god, bro. I just seen the craziest shit. Look, over there. Over there, I just seen the craziest shit. Look! Oh my god. What was that? My god. My god, what is that? Bro, I'm like shaking right now. What is that? Look it. Watch, it's gonna do it again. It's gonna do it again. Look at that! Nah, bro. Look, there it is again. Holy shit. Look, even the cat's tripping. Even the cat's tripping. Last time y'all told me to go look. I'm going to look. 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 It's literally just the bathroom. Look. Oh god. Don't ignore that. But, look. Windows closed. There's nobody in here. It's just dirty. I'm just not... Like, what is going on, bro? Look at that.
A dark, head-like shape peeks from behind the door frame. Some viewers believe this is a creeper entity because of the way the cat fixates on the empty space and hisses. Others argue it's a simple shadow cast by the cameraman's own hand or equipment. Skeptics also point out that the peeking movement is perfectly timed with the camera's shift, suggesting a possible edit. Is the cat seeing a ghost or just a glitch? Join the discussion in the comments.
Look at that!
Moving on, our next video takes us into a quiet home where everyday objects begin to move with a mind of their own. It starts with a simple drawer and escalates into a full-scale display of kinetic energy. The uploader is left scrambling as the domestic piece is shattered by an invisible force. Watch closely.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, hell no. No freaking way.
The kitchen drawer slides open with significant force. Some viewers believe this is a poltergeist because the movement is preceded by a heavy, metallic bang. Others argue that a simple piece of fishing line could be used to pull the drawer from off camera. Skeptics also point out that the camera pans away right before the most aggressive movements, which is a common tactic in staged videos. Is this a haunted kitchen or a clever setup? Let us know your theories below. This next footage comes from a TikTok user who claims their home has become a playground for something aggressive. The air in this kitchen feels heavy, cluttered with the remnants of previous disturbances. Our contributor captures the aftermath of a localized storm that seems to target only their furniture. Watch closely. Some viewers believe this is a genuine poltergeist case because the knife appears to be propelled with significant force from a height rather than just falling. Others argue that thin monofilament line could easily be used to pull the cutlery and open the drawers from off-camera. Skeptics also point out that the rapid footsteps heard on the stairs lack the resonance of a heavy body, suggesting they might be pre-recorded audio added in post-production. However, the raw panic in the uploader's breathing as they retreat is hard to fake. Does this house have a permanent resident, or is it all a clever staged performance? Give us your theories in the comments and subscribe for more. What do you think really happened on those stairs? Next up, this clip brings a modern twist to the concept of the mimic. The uploader was alerted by their phone's alarm, but with one major problem. The phone was right in their hand, and it wasn't making a sound. The source of the noise was coming from a dark, empty room across the hall. Watch closely. Some viewers believe this is a genuine encounter with a mimic because of the way the audio perfectly replicates a digital alarm before a pale feminine entity manifests above the doorframe. Others argue that the audio could be a separate device hidden out of sight or even edited in post-production. Skeptics also point out that the figure appearing at the top right of the doorway lacks physical depth, suggesting it could be a clever projection or a digital overlay rather than a physical presence. Despite these theories, the way the figure seems to peer down from such an unnatural height remains deeply disturbing. It raises the question of whether our technology is being used against us as a lure. What do you make of this manifestation? Share your theories in the comments below. Approaching the end of our investigation, this piece of evidence takes us outdoors where a group of friends encountered a figure that defied explanation. The entity captured here has a presence that seems to drain the light around it. The laughter of the group quickly turns into a chilling realization that they are being watched by something that doesn't belong. Watch closely. Some viewers believe this is a manifestation of a vengeful spirit because of the glowing red eyes visible in the dark. Others argue that this is a well-coordinated prank involving a mannequin suspended from a tree. Skeptics also point out the deliberate shaky cam effect. Yet, the way the eyes reflect the light is incredibly difficult to fake without high-end post-production. It's the kind of encounter that leaves you checking the tree line long after the sun goes down. Tell me, do you think those eyes are LEDs or something far more ancient? In our final piece of evidence, we follow a resident who has been hearing rhythmic knocking on their bedroom door for nights on end. The most telling part of this footage isn't just the sound, but the reaction of the family pet. Animals are often said to see what we cannot, and this cat's behavior suggests it is tracking something moving through the hallway. Watch closely.
You're knocking on my bedroom door. Hello? Hello? Just leave it alone. No, I haven't posted in a couple of days, but I've been staying out of my room because it just got to be too much. I swear. I heard voices coming from there the last like 20 minutes.
Some viewers believe this is clear evidence of a haunting because the door closes with a distinct click. Others argue that a draft could cause the door to swing shut, though that wouldn't explain the rhythmic knocking. Skeptics also point out that the uploader never shows the other side of the door. However, the way the cat fixates on the empty space is hard to dismiss. The final sequence involving the bedsheet being tugged is what truly pushes this into the realm of the disturbing. What's your verdict on this final clip? We've reached the end of tonight's journey through the digital abyss. These 13 investigations show us that whether it's a mimic in the hallway or a shadow in the doorway, the unknown is closer than we think. The evidence is now in your hands. The choice to believe is yours. Thank you for watching Pale Playback. We'll be back soon to uncover more of what the world tries to hide.